What's going on, guys? My name's Zach. Welcome to some EVE Online wormhole things. So today I just thought I would show everybody the daily grind that I go through every time I log in shortly after downtime, because that's when the wormholes are pretty much like fresh to scan down. So my wormhole is a class 4 with a class 4 and a class 5 static. So that means every single day, no matter what, I'll have a different connection to different C4 and a different C5. I'll try and map it out so, because a lot of people get confused about what a static actually is. It's not a connection to the same system every day, every time that wormhole closes, because every wormhole's got like a time limit or a mass limit of stuff's jumping through, and it'll close and then a new one will spawn to another class 4 say, or a class 5, whichever one that you mean, and it's a totally random like class 4 and 5 every day. But I'll try and map that out later. There's going to be quite a lot of information about websites and things which everyone should use when they're in wormholes, and I'll probably put some links to some other useful wormhole stuff like Bumpbase's channel and Asay's wormhole fundamentals, because that's like one of the spot on things. Even the old series now is still like totally relevant, but he's busy doing the 2.0 series, and it's absolutely amazing, guys. Definitely worth a watch. But luckily today we've only got a couple of sites to scan down, so I know automatically that's me 2 statics, which is a shame because I was hoping to get like some random connections which I could just try and get out to highsec. So the basic premise, I would do all the scanning, so let's jump in with ScanBot. One set up just for max scan capability. And we'll just walk to this bookmark, out to the POS, and we'll drop probes and start scanning away. So it should be pretty quick, since there's not a lot of SIGs, it's just the 2. So we'll spit them out. Let's get scanny pooing. Shouldn't take too long at all, which is pretty good. So I'll show you the websites in a sec which I use to identify the IDs and things, which obviously I know the C4 and C5 IDs now, but just to give you guys some little information and stuff, it's always useful. ID page is really good for just showing you straight away where the wormhole's going to lead, unless it's a K162, and then that just means it's a random exit somewhere. So we'll go straight away, got the wormhole. Bosh. Should get it now. Hopefully we'll be able to find an exit to highsec or lowsec through the C5 or... Oh, didn't get it. So basically in the C4 is pretty much the one I normally get a highsec out of, so the C4 will probably lead to a C2 or a C3, and then inside that C2 or C3 there's always a connection to known space, be it highsec or lowsec. So there's one. So we're just going to save this in personal. I'll just do it wormhole 1 just to save clogging up the core bookmarks there. So I'm going to warp cloak to that at about 20, then we can ignore. And scan for this other one. Now I'm just warping that range just so I can like properly core bookmark them with the proper IDs and stuff. There it is. I'll find out which one's the C4 because I've probably got more chance of getting that one. Yeah, so the X877, that's a... Well, I'll show you the website here. Where is it? So the ones I use... so the first one we could use is Wormhole database. I'll put links to all this stuff in the description, guys, so you can see it's got all the ID numbers, and then it shows you where it leads to. So 8982, if you warp to that and the ID was that, you would be leading to class 6, which is pretty hairy. So let's find the X877. There it is. So this one needs to dangerous wormhole space system class 4, and it's got a lifetime of 16 hours. So that's important to keep note of as well, guys. 16-hour lifetime. So now, since we've got that there, we can... Oh, and also you'll notice, I'll just quickly show you guys. That's me bookmark there. And it's about 6 or 7 kilometers away from the actual hole by the look of it. So what you want to do if you're going to properly bookmark it for corp or yourself, get to the hole so it's on your overview and then save the location like that. So I'll save that in corp and I'll put that home to C4S, C4 stack. Submit. There we go, now the bookmark's on there and we can get rid of that. And back to scanning. Zoom down that a bit. So obviously we already know that this is C5. And I've got more chance of getting like a low sec or a high sec exit through the C4. So once we scan this down and warp to it and bookmark, we'll come back to the C4. And we'll have a look at some quick information on that, and then we can make a decision from there what we're going to do. Using another website called, you can either use Pasta.gg or there's a site called Eveeye, which I tend to use. It's pretty good, shows you what statics like every wormhole's got if you just type the J number in and stuff, so you don't have to scan it around. It's very useful. Right, so I can just warp to that at 20.
Warp drive active.
Pull with probes in. Get reloaded actually. Should be nothing on day. It's pretty quiet today, just not long after downtime. There we go. So you can see when we warp off the scan, it's putting them about 6 or 7 kilometers away. So if we just bookmark in corp, so that's home to C5S. That's with H900, so I know that's the ID for the C5, which is all good. So now when we warp back to this, we'll land straight at 0. But for now, let's go to C4. The website we're going to use for this is Eveeye, which is really good. And you can use all these in game as well, but I normally use them out of game, which is fine as well. But just because I can't record like the window mode anymore. So Wormhole database. Nope, not that one. Eveeye, that's the one. And there she is. So we're just going to jump through into the C4. We'll just hold cloak for a sec. I normally do a quick D-scan first, just to see if anything's going on. Oh, we've got some combat scanner probes in here. So then we need to save the location. So we're just going to put that 2H on the corp so we don't get lost on the way. The J number is J212851. Then we'll just hit search. And then it tells you the class 4 and the effects and stuff. So that's pretty good. We get target speed and all that sort of stuff nerfed though. Missile explosion radius, things like that. And then the good thing about this, it shows you the static. So inside this C5, it's got a C5 and a C4 static. The C4 static today being my hole. So that's pretty much, it's going to be a long chain by the look of it to get the highsec, or low sec even. We'd probably have to jump into the C4 and then again find more scanny stuff. So we'll just close this. Combat probes there, that's a bit random like, but we'll do it. Let's just get some range here a sec. Spit the probes out. Not too fussed if I die, to be honest. Oh god, look at all these SIGs. So this is going to be another little test. So where am I actually? So a good little tip, just to ignore signature straight away. Find out where you are on the map. It should say you are here. Oh, come on Eve. And put your probes pretty small around it. Do a quick scan and that wormhole should pop up straight away, and because we don't need to scan for the wormhole since we just came through it and bookmarked it, we can just ignore it straight away. That'll save a little bit of time later. So there we go, we can just ignore. And then what we can do, since we're not going to be looking for the C5 static that's in here, we're going to be looking for like other randoms. Hopefully we'll get another C3 or something. Because just because there's 2 statics listed on a system, or even 1, doesn't mean you can't have like other wormholes inside. I mean, the other day I had 6 in my hole, so that sounds a bit dirty like. I had 6 wormhole connections, all leading to random like C3s into null or C2s into highsec and stuff. Pretty much C2 is the one you want to be looking for. So gas we can ignore. Ignore. So there's a wormhole there. Just give it scans, and we don't even have to jump through, like I say guys, we can just use the database to check out the IDs. I'll give you a little bit of a better idea of what we're going to do. This vid might end up being a little bit longer than I thought actually. This is the bitch duty bit of Eveeye, I think, especially with like wormhole stuff, scanning all the shit down. So So we're going to save that wormhole in personal again, just as wormhole 1. Then we're actually going to warp to this at range, so 50k, and we'll check the ID. So we can ignore that, ignore the gas. We'll just keep scanning here just to save time. It's going to be that one. Whoops. Derping out here. Right, so this one's a K162, so that means it's just a random exit somewhere, which we will need to check. Because the K162 could lead anywhere. That's a data site. Nope, don't want that. Again, we'll just keep scanning and scanning. Might cut this depending on how long it takes. I really wanted to get it done in all sort of one shot, which would have been cool. And if you get like a double signature like this, always go for the one that's furthest away from where your probes are to start with. That tends to be the one you're looking for. So I've heard. I haven't really tested it completely. So that's another gas site. Ignore that one. Bigger scan here. So this is where having a really good like Cove Ops well scan bonus there. I've got all the rigs on and everything just to maximize the scan time. Minimize the scan time, sorry. And sometimes if I jump into a C3 or a C2, like straight away from the C4, I'll just take the interceptor and use the probes on that. It's pretty easy to scan the highsec or low-sec ones. That's obviously faster for traveling. There's another wormhole. So already this is the third wormhole in this system. Remember it said there was only 2 statics, so always be prepared for more entries or exits into your system. Hopefully we'll find out where this leads in a sec. Want to buy scanning skills. I haven't got the best, to be honest. I think we've got a... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had sisters and all that stuff and the pinpointing things. Right, so we'll save that as wormhole 2. We'll warp to 30. And then we'll hopefully get a... We'll check the ID on Eve database. Wormhole database thing. And then we can see. Hopefully it's a C2 or a C3. And then I think we're good for getting an exit to known space. So that's an X877. So that's another C4. So we can ignore that for now. So if we really wanted to get another chain out, the C4 would be another good option to jump into. Because chances are that would have a decent C3 or a C2 or something like that, maybe. Ignore gas, a bit bigger. Certainly taken longer than I thought. There she is. Bam. Fuck guys, I think I'm just going to cut it here, so I'll back in a sec once I've scanned everything. Okay guys, so I scanned everything else down and it turned out we had a C4, we had 2 C4s, 2 C5s, and then we had this exit here. So we're going to check this exit because that's probably going to be the best chance of finding something we need. So let's quickly get through here. There is a guy actually, he's got his probes out and stuff. So I'll bounce through here real quick and see where this leads. Right, so quick D-scan. So there's people in here, I'll save this. To H, to home. And then we can give it a quick Eveeye for the J number. So here we go. So this is a class 2. So yeah, C2s are pretty common connections to the C4s I've found in the last week or so since I've been in the C4. So that's good. So we've got the highsec. So what I would now do, instead of scanning that straight away, I would just nip back through this hole. So I'll bounce back to the POS and grab my interceptor, and that'll speed things up in case I need to travel outbound as well. So I'll catch up here when I'm back in scanning the highsec. And that's it, guys, we're back in the interceptor, and we're sitting on the K162, which was our C2 exit. I've renamed the bookmarks like close and stuff, so we're not warping to like 7K, and we've got our home warp and our 2 highsec warp in this case, obviously the C2. I don't really bother renaming them all like C2 to highsec and shit like that. Just means a bit of a clusterfuck. So it's in corp, so it's all good for any of the lads wanting to get out, or in even. So we'll just bounce through this, and hopefully we'll be able to quickly scan the highsec. Let's give this a quick scan here. So I've already got a bookmark we made when we jumped in with the Helios. So let's just get a few kilometers away. Spit with probes. Cloak up. Pinpoint. Scan. Oh nice, it's not that many SIGs either, so hopefully. I think what we're looking for is a B247, I think it is. That's the ID of a highsec, or a common one in a C2 at least. So hopefully this shouldn't take too long at all. And warp. Yeah, we'll go. So let's pull with probes, reload. On the way to highsec. Let's see where it spits it out. Obviously, guys, I'm uploading this the day after I had this exit, just in case anyone wanted to come and find us. Obviously, you know the idea of the hole and stuff. So there it is, guys. Oh, look at it, it's wobbling. So for what? To look at this in the database. Where are we? There we go. B247 needs the highsec system. Very nice. So I can save this. The highsec. Not sure I actually want to jump through, and it's obviously Galante looking at the nebula behind it. Let's quickly jump in. I've got alts and stuff in if I get like locked out. That's ready to close anyway. And Sortet. How far is that from Dixie? There we go. 6 jumps from one of the main trade hubs in Galantia space. So a little bit of a clusterfuck, an extra jump than what I normally need to do. But yeah, that's basically the grind, and then we'll just save this in our corp MOTD. Okay. Save this as 2H. So when a corpies jump in the system, they can just right click 2H, yeah, no messing around. And that's pretty much it, guys. And then we'll just head back to the POS. So I'll quickly make up a little map with using Tripwire, which is pretty cool. X4 showed us this little program. Bit of a clusterfuck, but it's going to be good for showing you what I need to show you in a sec, if you've made it this far through the vid. And I'll just show you how the sort of the map looks through what I've just scanned. That might be interesting for you guys to have a look at. Right, guys, since we've scanned all of the holes and stuff, now we can make a visual representation on Tripwire as to how it looks as you're going through the wormholes. So I'll probably zoom it in here a little bit. I'm sort of squinting to read it. But the J143902 is my home system. So from there, if you remember, we scanned our static C4 and our static C5. The J numbers won't match what I've just scanned. I've just like literally threw this together just to show you guys what it looks like. So just ignore them. So then we jumped through the C5 and we used the Eveeye we typed in the J number of the C5 and we found out that it had a C4 and a C5 static, just like mine being the C4 static. So we then jumped back into home system and then tried the C4 static, and in that one, that was where we found the C4 static as well, and the C2 exit. Now the C2 wasn't a static for this one, it was a K162, so it just means it's just a random exit. And in that one, then we also found another C2 static for that hole, and we found the Sortet highsec. So like a C2 is always going to have a known space connection, which is really good. And then I also jumped through the other C2 and scanned another highsec, which was Yasud. So they're pretty close to Dixie, the pair of them, which was good. Or was it Armor? Can't remember for that one. So that's what it looks like, guys. I mean, some of these chains can get like totally epic. I mean, I don't really use this. I just use the bookmarks and corp and stuff because I've scanned it down. I know what, like, in my head sort of what it looks like, you know. But it's a good little tool. It's really good for just making things like this. There's other ones like Zaqq and things. I mean, I'm not a expert on these programs at all, but they're really good from what I've seen for doing maps and things. So like one of my corp members could log in on this page and see the chain like straight away and make a decision on what to do. So that's really good, and props for X4 for finding that out and teaching us actually how to use it. It's been definitely an experience, guys. So what I would do now if I had any loot and stuff, I just jumped it all out yesterday. I would just get some loot in the scepter, like the blue loot and all the salvage and stuff, like what 700-800 mil or whatnot a day we're pulling in, pretty easy, and jump it out to the nearest, well, Dixie or Armor, preferably Armor. I'd probably scoot it all to Armor. It is a bit risky taking it all in the scepter, guys, but through highsec I don't really think you're in much of a issue to get smart bombed and stuff, or not around like just the standard routes, maybe up in Jitter with the main trade route. I know Santos is up there all the time, the Malo and stuff, doing crazy things. But that's what it looks like, guys. Hope this was sort of enlightening for any new bros that watched, especially I think having the visual representation of how the wormhole connects to each other. That's a good thing to see if you're sort of new to this. So that's all good. And that's it. I've got some more site runs and stuff coming up, but for now, the next part of this vid, it's just a few minutes long. And it's from yesterday's, like from start to finish, getting the loot, like scanning the holes, getting the loot out, and getting back. So I'll speed that all up, put some tune on or something, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that and see the process in full, but sped up. So that's it, guys, and I will catch you in the next vid.